Have you ever wished you could just bend time? Shrink the vast distances between continents and show up feeling like you never even left? Well, in the world of high-end aviation, that's not science fiction anymore. Today, we are diving deep into the one aircraft that's making it a reality, the incredible Bombardier Global 8000.
And let me tell you, that is not just some clever marketing slogan. It's a statement of fact. That one sentence alone puts the Global 8000 in a legendary class, pretty much all by itself. It's changing what we should expect from private travel, and it's a return to an era of speed that, frankly, we haven't seen in decades. But this jet isn't just about raw speed. Not at all. It's about what that speed actually makes possible. With its industry-leading range, it can connect cities that were, until now, impossible to link up in a single flight. Just imagine it, flying from Singapore all the way to Los Angeles without a single fuel stop. You're basically getting an entire day of your life back. So how on earth does it pull this off? Let's break down the absolutely incredible performance numbers that make this plane the new, undisputed flagship of the entire industry. That's its maximum operating speed. We're talking nearly the speed of sound. In fact, during testing, a test version of this plane actually broke the sound barrier, going faster than Mach 1.015. For passengers, though, it just means a consistent, blistering pace that literally shaves hours off any long-haul trip. 8,000 nautical miles. That number right there, that's the key to its globe-spanning power. It's what unlocks those non-stop flights between pretty much any two cities you can think of in the world. It gives its owners the ultimate freedom to just go. Now, to do all this efficiently, the Global 8000 flies way up there, at a service ceiling of 51,000 feet. That is far above the crowded lanes of commercial airliners and, crucially, above most of that turbulent weather. It all adds up to a faster and much smoother ride from takeoff to land. But look, numbers like these don't just happen by accident, right? They're the result of some truly groundbreaking, brilliant engineering. So let's get a little nerdy and dive into how it all works. Okay, this right here, this is the secret sauce. The smooth flex wing isn't just a static piece of metal. It's designed to have a little bit of give, a bit of flexibility. This lets it absorb turbulence instead of passing it straight into the cabin. It's like having the world's most advanced suspension system, but for your wings. And it's absolutely crucial for keeping things comfortable when you're flying just shy of the speed of sound. And here's where it gets really clever. This wing design has a fantastic double benefit. So not only do you get that buttery smooth ride, but its advanced design also gives the jet incredible short runway performance. This means it can get into and out of thousands of smaller, more convenient airports that are totally off limits to other big jets. It's a huge deal for flexibility. Of course, those amazing wings need a ton of power. And that comes from these two beasts, the GE Passport engines. Now, they're based on the super efficient engines you'd find on modern airliners, but for the 8000, a simple software update just unlocks more thrust. It's what allows it to hit that Mach 0.95 top speed while still being more fuel efficient and, very importantly, fully ready for sustainable aviation fuel. Okay, the performance is just mind-blowing, we get it. But what Bombardier is really proud of, what they say is the real revolution, happens on the inside. Let's explore how they've created what they call the healthiest and most comfortable cabin in the sky. And this chart just says it all. While you're cruising at 41,000 feet, the pressure inside the Global 8000 feels like you're standing at just 2,691 feet. That's actually lower than the observation deck of the Burj Khalifa. And this isn't just about comfort, it's a huge competitive advantage. It dramatically reduces fatigue and dehydration, which means you can step off a 15-hour flight feeling sharp, clear-headed, and totally ready for that high-stakes meeting. And it's not just one thing. It's this whole ecosystem built around your well-being. Every detail is engineered for wellness. The air you're breathing is filtered to hospital-grade standards. The lighting system literally fights jet lag for you by syncing to your destination's time zone. The seats can get you into a zero-gravity position to improve circulation on long flights. It's a complete system designed to make sure you arrive feeling fantastic. So what does it cost to own an actual time machine? The performance is absolutely incredible, but the financial reality is, well, it's just as staggering. Let's take a look at the numbers. Yep, a new typically equipped Global 8000 will set you back about $78 million. And as you can probably guess, that's really just the price of admission. Right, because to keep it flying, you've got a budget for all the ongoing costs.
So even if you're flying a relatively light 200 hours a year, your fixed costs for the crew, the hangar, the insurance, that's almost $750,000 right there. Then you add in the variable costs like fuel and maintenance, and you're easily looking at a total annual budget approaching $2 million every single year.
The Global 8000 might be the newest king of the hill, but it is definitely not lonely at the top. The competition is fierce. So let's see how this aircraft stacks up against its biggest rivals at the absolute peak of the market.
And you can see right away, the fight is razor thin. When it comes to range, the Global 8000 and the Gulfstream G800 are basically tied. But the 8000 is, without a doubt, the fastest. But then you have rivals like the Gulfstream G700 and especially the Dassault Falcon 10X, which offer wider, more spacious cabins. So the choice really boils down to priorities. Do you want the ultimate speed, or do you want the most cabin space?
And, this jet didn't just appear overnight. Its journey to get here has been long and really complex. It was first announced way back in 2010, but it was completely redesigned along the way to become the four-zone flagship we're talking about today. After that record-breaking test campaign, it's finally scheduled to enter service in late 2025. A decade and a half of development finally paying off. So the Global 8000 has pretty much perfected the business jet as we know it. It's the fastest, it flies the farthest, and it has the healthiest cabin. And that leaves us with a really fascinating question. What's next? Where do we go from here? Is the future about going even faster, maybe even supersonic again? Or does the next great leap lie in radical sustainability and efficiency? That is the billion-dollar question facing the entire industry right now.